that or not.
And with the challenger, that means I am back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a absolutely awesome game. So it's funny because now puCK is actually probably out of all the players is the only one who's had an opportunity to play this format before. So, we should expect him to have that strategy down pat on what to do next. What do you guys see in terms of who does puCK pick?
So it does depend if he's true to his word. If he doesn't want to bully creature, then I guess he's going to pick, I would say it's between Future and Silky then, whichever one he's more comfortable playing. And then that's really down to race pick. I don't think he's going to call out JonSnow or Massa.
I think he's going for the big dog. This guy's got cojones. He's going to take out you got to go into the schoolyard, find the biggest, baddest, mother there, and take them out.
They do always say that, but they never show how that goes wrong most of the time.
Speaking of which, puCK, are you there?
Welcome.
Okay.
Says he is.
Is he there? I see his name.
Hey, puCK. Awesome.
He's alive.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great.
I'm actually going to host you while I play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right, sure.
Cool. I will be back stream. You'll see me all very soon. Watch me on ESChamp as I play. Cool. All right, see you soon.
Well, so who are you picking?
No, I want to know before he picks, I want to know who in this tournament don't you want to play?
I don't want to play probably
Creature. You have said you don't want to beat him out.
Definitely Creature. I don't want to play Creature. Creature is looking very strong. He took a game off of Massa, and
only one so far.
He's very warmed up. So I want to avoid Creature at all costs.
So puCK, you're the only one in this tournament who's actually played this format prior to anybody else. So when you played back in the Red Bull, you focused on taking out the strongest player. Is that still your strategy?
I mean, that was a long time ago. Maybe like 6 years already.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of gonna go in there as a fighter, not as someone that has a rival, but just a free spirit.
It's a way to
I
go.
think that's what we've always known you as. You are so poetic, puCK. That's why you're so awesome. Who will you pick? Who's your choice?
Well, I'm looking towards the future, and I want to really be a part of the future. So I might as well just battle the future now.
Makes sense.
The future is now.
You are so poetic, man.
I think it's important to approach StarCraft with almost Zen or mentality. The people who do that, and this is honest to God, they enjoy the game more than the ones who are angry, and if they lose a game, decide to just blow up their opponent with slurs or whatever. They just don't look like they're enjoying the game to me as much as the people are like, yeah, let's just have fun and have a good time. Seriously.
Fair enough. All right, so we'll get Future in here. Future in here, see if he accepts this challenge or attempts to deflect it. I think he'll take it head on though.
If he was to deflect it, who do you think he would deflect puCK to?
Creature.
You think the Creature?
Just out of spite, I think whoever. If he's listening, if he listened to any of that on the stream.
It could be, I think if you're going to deflect it, I think it makes the most logical sense to deflect someone just into Massa again, but it would also make some sense to deflect him into JonSnow and figure that one of those two guys has to go.
I love the spelling. It's like future.
I like it.
Future.
You're a little quiet there, Future.
Yeah, turn yourself up a little.
I don't know how to fix that because in Discord it's fine.
Okay, there you go. You've been chosen, Future. You've been chosen. Do you accept the challenge or do you reflect it?
I'm gonna reflect.
Ooh. Oh yeah. We're not gonna have any reflects going into day 2.
All right.
All right. Who would you like to deflect him into?
I'm gonna deflect into Money Snow.
Money
Nice.
snow.
Nice. See, that's I thought might be a valid strategy.
I just want to point out one thing that Future actually asked to be picked. So this is like this is either part of the Grandmaster plan or
I
like
don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
Oh. Yeah, see, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. These guys are
Nice.
talking behind our backs for all we know.
Fucking
Yeah,
have
I
to make
just
some money tonight, you know.
It's time to make some money.
All right. Wow. Okay. Well, Future, thanks for joining us. We're calling into JonSnow. We're gonna.
Cool.
You're cool. Thanks, Future.
Well, and we were talking about how Future might have, one of the better chances against Masa, just being Protoss. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm already thinking of someone else.
He's
I'm wrong.
Saren.
I-
There is a Future name. There is a guy named Future that is Protoss, but that's Rich Almond or something.
I'll be honest. I didn't see this reflect coming. That was not.
It's maybe unnecessary, but it's interesting. It could go a couple ways. We got Jared on here now again.
Or
But,
Jared,
Welcome
you've,
back.
Yeah,
you've been deflected to.
I thought Future wanted to play puck. What's going on?
I thought he did.
We thought so too. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what he said in the chat, that he wanted to play puck. But
All part of the master plan.
it's all part of his master plan.
It's all part of the master plan.
Okay, Jared, what's your feelings on having to play puck like right now after taking a life hit from Masa?
It's all right. I think he's
Second life on the line here.
Protoss a little easier than Terran. You know what I'm saying? After the patch.
True. It's true.
I would say, yeah. After this patch, how's your
Now you basically told Massa to go BCs in the chat before he did.
Yeah. I don't know.
Were you anticipating that?
I was hoping he wouldn't go BC.
What would you like to see in our series, JonSnow? I'm really excited to play you.
Just do carrier anyway.
Our carriers.
I'm digging the new Tempest. I'd like to. I know.
I'd
we're
like
not-
to see Tempest.
I like Tempest.
All right, let's do some vetoes. Let's hit it up with vetoes.
Believe who's starting?
I
Jon
believe
Snow
Jon
will
Snow.
be starting. Yes.
That's a good question. What's veto? Let's veto Parasite.
All right, and it is ABBA, so you get 2 vetoes now.
You really want to veto that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I will veto. Blue shift. It's a good
One more.
veto. That's a very good veto. I
All right,
like
one
that.
more.
For me?
Yeah, it's ABBA.
ABBA.
Ah, okay. Um. Cerulean Fall.
I'll
All right.
veto- Let's veto Kairos.
Okay.
That's a good.
All right.
You
Well,
picked
that leaves us with Automaton, Port Alexander, and Stasis. Jon Snow, go ahead and pick our first map.
Let's play.
Is it Jon Snow that gets the first pick?
Higher seed, right? Or am I doing that wrong?
I think that's how we did
Isn't it
The
ABBA?
picker?
BAC, right?
And then ABA? Or
Sorry,
Huh?
it was ABA. It was the
ABBA.
ABA.
Usually, I think the standard's usually BAC, but we can do this.
I don't know.
Whatever you guys have written down.
You would know
It's-
better than
it's-
me.
That's
You
what
played
we've been doing.
Me, so-
Then
We'll do whatever
actually
you
the
guys
match,
I've seen it
the
both.
whole match is compromised. Let's just redo the whole tournament.
It's over.
Okay.
Shut it down.
Brandon, you pick first.
Yeah.
We've been caught.
Wait, so what map is first?
You pick. You want
You pick.
BAC?
Oh.
What a gentleman.
I don't want to pick first.
Well, then why'd you bring it up?
Let's play. Port Alexander first.
Alrighty.
Okay, cool.
Do this.
I want to play Stasis second. I gotta get a feel for how you play. I don't want to play Stasis first. You know,
Makes
it's kind of the back.
Stasis is a weird one.
If I lose on Stasis, Jared, then it's like the worst feeling ever going into game 2.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Well, we'll see
All
you,
right.
gents, in StarCraft. Thank you so much for joining us here. Any final words before you hop out?
Jared, please don't BM me. I didn't like it last time.
No
Can't take it.
promises whatsoever.
I don't want to be wished a vacation to go somewhere.
How was the vacation?
The vacation was great. Thank you for asking. This is inside memes. You wouldn't understand.
It's like, should we know about this vacation? It's like, should we know?
Okay.
All right, guys, don't forget to join into the chat channel on StarCraft so the guys can invite you. And then,
All right, good luck, you two.
That's perfect. What was the first
Cool.
map?
Let's do it.
First map would be Port Alexander. All right, so yeah, we'll be hopping into our third series of the night here. JonSnow putting his second life on the line now, going up against puCK.
Yeah.
Should
It's
be
it is a bit of a bold thing for Future to do, to kind of deflect them into another. If it works out that JonSnow loses this, then you've taken the guy that's, your number 2 seed and reduced him to like one leg standing. So that could be interesting. In the worst case scenario, you've hurt number 2 and number 3 with a life while keeping yourself alive. So it could be a way to go. And especially since other people can then also follow up and keep knocking them in, like putting other people into them or something.
Yeah. And why do we even think Future did that though? Like, what do we think his plan is? Because to use a reflect very early.
You don't know the master plan until the conclusion has come about.
Like, is this the idea to eliminate the top players by getting them to fight each other? Like,
Maybe.
It could easily be. It could easily be like an approach where nobody, like if they kind of have themselves all in the middle, no one in the middle really wants to pick each other. They either want to go to the low end or the high end.
right. Okay.
So you can end up with leaving yourself like relatively untouched. So Future, knowing that his pick is going to come up shortly, he still has the ability to take another shot at Creature. So I think it's think of Creature as a limited resource. So
Right.
Massa got his shot at Creature. JonSnow was denied it by the reflect. By them by convincing puCK to pick him in the first place and then reflecting it, you've denied puCK a shot at Creature. Now Future and Silky can take theirs, knock Creature out, and JonSnow and puCK never get their Creature kill.
Right. Okay. So there's this element where he's almost protecting Creature.
Yeah, essentially. So he lured him into picking him instead.
Oh, maybe not protecting, maybe saving him as his, ace in the hole. Again, we saw
for himself.
so far as the
Yeah,
only one to take a map
Exactly.
off of Massa, and pretty well too.
Yeah, no, exactly. We've been saying it that way, but of course, Creature looks really good, and puCK brought up there too. He's really
He's
well
awesome.
practiced at the moment.
And the thing is, like, Creature, like the fact that Creature bit Massa is almost enough to keep away certain players from playing him. Because if Massa dominated Creature, he would be vulnerable, and people would be like, all right, obviously this guy is the one we need to jump onto. But Massa, did he struggled just a little bit. Even in the last game, he struggled a little bit. So now everyone's kind of like, okay. And then I think we're gonna see, because if all the top players, the top seeds, are weakened, you have this scenario where the lower seeds all have higher lives, and they have more of an opportunity going into round 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's we may not.
As these players use up their deflects too, that's also going to change, because if you remember, now this guy doesn't have a deflect, I could just take him out right here. He's on his last life, so that's going to change kind of as this tournament progresses as well. That will change things.
Yeah, there's a possibility where even in round 2, where flex are gone, that's where you make the alliances and just rush. You just ravage someone completely out.
Well, and these guys will have a week as well between games. So after tonight, next week will be the next round of games. They'll have a week to collaborate and talk to each other if they really want to, dive into that. No rules against it, obviously.
There's not
It's not fixing. Collaborate. Difference.
We encourage it, if anything.
Yeah. Creates for fun matchups.
All right, boys. I hear the game is started. Someone put JonSnow in the has Terran in our stats.
Oh,
Keep that in
yeah,
mind.
no,
Game started. I'm
is
sending it
not.
off to you guys. Good luck.
Thank you,
Have
Drek.
fun.
And we'll just reassure everyone right off the bat that up here on the top left-hand corner of the map, it is Psystorm Gaming's Zerg player. It is JonSnow.
And down in the bottom right corner, our blue Protoss trying to go against Future, but against his will, will have to go up against JonSnow now. We're hailing from Root Gaming. Give it up for puCK.
So I'm going for that hatchery first, gas, then pool. And puCK with a wall up front, and Nexus coming down. 3, I was going to say 2 mining gas, but he added a 3rd just as I said it, as his 17th worker finished.
All right, so yeah, you're getting a little bit of everything tonight. So we started off with a TVZ, then we had a little PVT, and now we've got a PVZ.
Exactly.
Did I do all that right, or did I mix
I
up?
think so. Yeah, all the good matchups. No mirrors yet on anything.
Yeah.
Which is it's fun to see.
Well, and somebody in chat said earlier they were, I think it was Dusty, was appreciative of the fact that we got a nice mix of races, so 2 of each, as opposed to previous years. He was saying, I guess Protoss was a little underrepresented, which is never a good thing in my opinion.
It happens. I mean, anytime you're talking about North America, you end up with Zerg overrepresented, and it's usually Terran that's way, way, way behind. It's hard to find like 2 good Terrans, but there basically there aren't any. There's for
no good Terrans
years,
whatsoever anywhere.
Yeah, for Canada, the U.S., it was basically just massive for a while. You've got Special and Kelazor in South America, but but it's really all the same. They just get called North America.
Isn't Special?
Anyway.
Yeah, isn't Special Mexico? That's North
Mexico. Yeah, that's still North America. But yeah, not Canada, U.S. But Kelazor.
Canada's North America.
It's true.
Technically,
it is. It's North America.
North America.
North and yeah, whatever. The prize pool for this, if someone's asking, we may as well explain it again. So for every best of 3 that a player wins, they get $25. And then for winning the whole thing at the end, you get an additional $100. So it's basically elimination. Players will lose their lives. And once we're down to the last 2, they will play a best of 5. If one player has a life advantage, then they get a 1-game advantage in that best of 5. So it could lead to some interesting things. It's actually possible to not win the tournament, but still win more money if you just happen to win more series and be the one that knocks a lot of people down. So interesting to see.
Masa's already doing. We're currently sitting at $50. He has won his our first 2 series of the night here, for example. So yeah, nice prize money on the line. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. It incentivizes every series. So even if people are kind of doomed from the start and they know they're not going to win, they could still come out with a decent payday if they pick the right opponents and play this in a nice strategic way. So it's a good way to spread it around and hopefully makes for some interesting matches, as an Oracle is on its way across the map here after a little bit of Adept harass.
Some very
going on.
Yeah. Oh, almost gets that 3rd drone, but it dives into the extractor and saves himself.
Yeah, does get another one there, but Poop will pop down, recalling them out here. 1 Adept does fall, but the Oracle coming, pick off these 3 guys.
Man, really nice harass so far. 7 drones have gone down for 1 Adept. That's a trade any Protoss would take.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And we are getting a fleet beacon right off the top. 2 more Oracles are coming out with the fleet beacon under construction. Again, in the pre-game preamble here, the carriers were mentioned.
Your wish is coming true.
Yeah, but it may be for the Fast Tempest too, like you said.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he does get. Doesn't quite have
carrier.
I kind of hope they're worse than they were, but this early could still be pretty effective.
Yeah, I've seen I really like the new Tempest, how fast it is, but I have yet to really see it do well. Like I'm sure somebody's out there doing
Yeah.
well, but I've just I've watched a handful of streams over the past week and kind of watched some Protoss play. They're cool and they help a little bit, but they just don't seem to really be doing too much.
Yeah.
I don't know if that.
I think the problem is once you go to stand and fight with them, which you're ultimately forced to do, they suck then. So
yeah, they're still just too slow.
They become almost like a heavier Phoenix or something.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if somebody could figure out a way to turn them into a harass unit, a tier 3 harassment unit, because they could pick off drones quite easily, and they're so much faster now too. That makes getting them behind the mineral line a lot more viable. Getting them out of there alive, you could still use that tactical recall to get them out as well. So I'd be curious to see somebody really try to make them more of a harassment unit, than an army unit at this point, just with that speed. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see it evolve as time goes on here.
Yeah, definitely will be. So far, obviously, we've got there it is. It is Tempest coming out. There are 7 oracles still alive too to help out with this. This could be interesting because, as I said, once the Tempests have to stand and fight, they are definitely a lot weaker. But if there's 7, now 8 oracles supporting them, then maybe that's not the case at all.
Oh, big Oracle run by, a little bit of a mass Oracle strategy. They're able to take down 1, now 2 Spore Crawlers. Queens melt in a blink of an eye there. Now drone's also going to start to fall. Oh my goodness, what a powerful attack. Is he going to get all the Queens? Holy.
Does look like it. There are 2 spores left here though. The energy's getting pretty low on some of these too as they lose the ability.
They've done their work though. They killed 4 Queens there, 23 more drones.
Roach counterattack here at the 3rd is certainly putting in a lot here too. 9 probes, but nowhere near the 23 drones killed.
Yeah, a lot of units getting warped into. He's not revealing where the Tempest at. Is he trying to hide them? Because they could have been here to defend, but I think he's hiding.
You know what? He
didn't cancel them, did he?
No, I was going to say because I think he made these Phoenix. I think he made these Phoenix new.
Fuck you, team. Why would you do this? They were so close to finishing too. I just kind of stopped watching. I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna pop out.
I had to look for them too, but yeah, he switched back into this into the Phoenix. And looking good here. I mean, we are, despite all that, we're only at a 4 worker advantage for puCK. Although obviously Zerg wants to be up a base and a lot more than that. But it's not, despite what looked like a lot of super devastating damage to JonSnow, he's certainly not out of it.
Still alive. He's not able to really lose the base. I guess you could lose a base to that amount of oracles, but he's got all 3 still alive. We'll need to get a 4th really soon here, though, as puCK is up by 1 worker, and he's got 3 bases secured now. 3 base Protosses can be a scary thing.
Yeah, definitely. See more adepts kind of going to poke in the backfield here. Given that the queen count, I was going to say low, but I think it's 0.
He's replenishing. He's got 3 about to pop out.
He's
slowly replenishing, but he's lost a lot of larva time with that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to stop even just a simple push across. There's so much supply in these corruptors at the moment that he can't really take an attack. And this 4th base on the low ground is interesting. It may not get spotted right now, but can he even hold the next minute or so?
Oh, and this is kind of where Blink Stalkers excel as well. There's not really a lot of Zerglings to stop them, to wrap around, to slow them down. Against the smaller numbers, against just Ravagers, they're able to dodge a lot of those biles, blink back to safety. They do get pushed back as their shields are gone.
Yeah.
He's still...
he does blink back. I don't even know that he had to retreat there, but he's going to be cautious to do so. I think he was checking to see if there was a 4th base, but he's unaware that this low ground one exists. I think he wanted to poke in there, make sure he had an economic advantage, but I don't think he's not aware of this yet. I think he will be. He will be in a second here, and this won't go up.
Nice cancel. Good reaction time out of JonSnow. Not a ton of creep spread. We do see 2 tendrils trying to make their way out onto the map, but puCK is just doing such a good job at controlling everything too. And again, with all those queens getting picked off early, just limits the creep sped that JonSnow could even attempt.
we are finally getting that Tempest count. 2 Tempests out, 2 more on the way. Gonna see what he intended there, but it's a lot later for this now.
Indeed. Nice high ground advantage for the Stalkers will help out a lot. They're just kind of poking, keeping the Ravagers at bay, and now they're going to take a big engagement. We see Big Mass blink back, though. He does
Cute
not want to
little
die.
Sarah-esque run by here coming from 3 Roaches. They're not burrowed, though. Will cancel that 4th base again, but 3 Roaches will come into the 4th of puCK, and they'll get a lot done.
Yeah, Stalker's on full retreat right now, too.
Yeah, we'll take some pot shots, go after that Morphing and Ravager, but we'll have to back up. Roaches still alive, but will ultimately get cleaned up by a couple Stalkers here. But 3 probe kills and a little disruptive.
It's something, I guess. Not a lot, though. puCK in such a good position, still up on workers. He's actually way down on army supply, though.
Yeah, kind of weird how that's crept up.
Yeah.
And we've got, okay, some stasis is coming. It's definitely going to help stop this push. 6 Tempests out. A big warp in here now is going to help close that gap, but yeah, there's not a huge force here at all.
Ooh, and with those faster Tempests, he's able to dodge a lot of these bios. He's got a very mobile army with those Stalkers and Tempests, and the Stasis Wards are now starting to do a really good job at just controlling the zone here. Ooh, this might be a little bit of an overextension. Oh, there
that's
it
a
is.
huge one.
Ooh.
Huge one
Love
here,
it.
really picking the army apart.
I'm a big fan of Stasis Wards. That's one of my favorite tools in the Protoss arsenal, especially against Zerg. It can just really help to zone control, stop run-bys, and there it is, GG puCK, taking game number 1 here.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, yeah, quite
Love
good.
Stasis Wards.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, he got up to a pretty high count, kept a few alive, got them up to full energy, covered 2 full bases with those, and obviously paying heavy dividends there. I think it's a hold regardless, but it was a gigantic hold with the stasis cutting the army probably more than in half.
Well, and he could feel so safe too, as we saw right as he was shifting positions there to defend that 3rd. He had 2 stasises put perfectly to defend any counterattack that might have come in from that direction. We didn't see one, of course, but yeah, just phenomenal play. Nice setups there out of puCK.
Yeah,
We're moving on to Stasis. Will be our next map.
Yeah, and puCK said in our pre-game, of course, that he wanted to, he didn't want to lose the first map on Stasis because it would shake his confidence. Now that he's got a win under his belt, looking to play on that one. It is a bit of an unusual map. There's like a lot of sight blockers throughout the map. It's one of the only ones that kind of you're both on the top half of the map. There is a short distance for air. There's weird air blockers in the way, though. It's just a very unusual style of map. It's almost reminiscent of Habitation Station, but with a lot of other features in it. So it's,
all right, here we go.
It's probably the odd man out in the whole map pool right now.
Well, we'll be seeing it in this game. I'm excited. I always like seeing a new map, new dynamic. It's StarCraft. It's ever updating. You got to learn some new things sometimes. That's how you stay on top of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely some cool tactics you can pull on this one, too. The main attacking path is essentially surrounded by high ground on both sides, which is, again, unique as a thing. So there's no real open middle at any point in the map. You're always very congested throughout the whole thing. We'll see if he opens Stargate sort of stuff again. Let's see what JonSnow has up his sleeve.
All right, hopping into this. Thank you guys again for tuning in. And we're hopping into game number 2 of our 3rd series here tonight between puCK and JonSnow. Again, JonSnow now really on his last, not his last life, but on another back foot. If he loses one more here, he's going to be down 2 lives in the first day of the tournament here.
And thank you, Old Man Toast there, gifting a sub to Jenna Bain, who is obviously an excellent person. And glad to have her here. And Old Man Toast, probably our biggest overall supporter. Great person doing that. So here we are indeed on stasis, and up here on the top right-hand side of the map, we do have our red Protoss player who has just won game 1, representing Root, great team that has just signed No Regret as well. It is puCK.
Wait, whose camera am I following here?
I don't know. I just
was
do.
on puCK.
I don't even try and follow it. I'm just
Oh, here
doing
he is.
my own,
Now you can see him on
doing
screen.
my own thing.
There's puCK.
All right.
All right, and then his opponent, of course, in the top left, down 1 game, and needs to take this to have a chance to stand and not lose another life. If he does lose another life, he'll be really hurting. JonSnow, your Blue Zerg, hailing from Storm Gaming.
Indeed, and he's again gone for a similar opening here yet again. Nothing in particular wrong with it, and but we've got a forge actually from puCK this time before the Cybercore, and he's not getting the Nexus, as the first Overlord will come in and see that there's no Nexus yet under construction. Going up to 2 gases here as well, so this could indicate something. He's obviously going for the pylon behind the natural here. Will he go for cannons? Drones not underreacting will come down, 8 of them. He's trying to deal with this. Will he get a good wall in position?
Kind of hard to see where the ramp ends on that.
Yeah, a lot of this map kind of is visually confusing to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
There's a few things that are a little bit odd, but this cannon should complete as 2 drones are able to get at it, but it's not enough to take it out.
Ooh, swap them for the lings.
But it is low. By the time it comes, it will get 1 ling. Yeah, it's not quite making room, but this will eventually go down with fairly minimal losses.
Ooh, we've got another proxy though behind this puCK, not getting a second base still. Throwing down a Stargate on the other side of the map here.
With a photon cannon to boot.
Ooh, and those Zerglings can't see it. Obviously, it's on the high ground, so JonSnow won't know this is coming. For a little bit of time, at least.
Yeah, interesting here, he's chrono boosting out a sentry, which is the only real defense here at home. If the lings were to come up and try and poke at this, they would definitely know something is weird about this whole thing. He's actually going to check the gold base to make sure that no ninja was taken there, but with just the sentry, I mean, he can hold this. It's going to look odd that this is all he's got. And of course, he knows full well that no Nexus has been taken. Oracle coming out. So
boosted.
Knows something up. What is he going to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, that probe's sitting there awfully ominously waiting.
Yeah.
And the monies are getting a little high there. He does take the gold on the other side of the map.
I like it.
So I guess that's a full wall then. Is that a full wall for the Protoss? It's hard because just the way the ramp looks.
It is. It's that weird, ring, but yes, it is. Yeah, I know. Visually, I don't like a lot of the gaps on this map. The Oracle comes in, is poking away, does get 5 kills there. But worker count still even. And given that the other Nexus is not up yet, the cannon in the back here will help defend this Nexus. And the proxy fleet beacon under construction.
Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, it worked okay last game when he went straight for that
not?
fleet beacon.
Exactly.
Even after he canceled 2 Tempests, it still went well.
Yeah, he didn't use it for a while, but there it is. It kind of explains why this cannon was there too. He's going for a second one. Very novel build so far, but Nexus is done at the gold. Not mining there yet though, as he's really busy microing the other oracles are at. There is now the spore crawlers in the line, but of course, because of the unique cliff designs and stuff, definitely a Tempest can get a lot of work done because nothing can touch it. It can attack these hatcheries from out of range.
Yeah, and it's can it attack through that wall there? That the sight blocker? That's just a sight blocker, right?
I think that's a sight blocker. It's these heavier walls in the back that are definitely air blockers. Mm-hmm. But I assume that wall is fine. I mean, I've never seen anyone do this. But in the meantime, here comes a Nidus Worm.
Hello.
these Nidus Worms with their extra armor, they are killable, but the Oracles will make short work of it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say he's not gonna be able to get it in time, but the Oracles.
The Oracles ignore the armor. The probes definitely would not kill it.
Yeah.
People agreeing in chat. This map really is hard on the eyes. Like, it takes some getting used to for what the hell these things are.
That's just a little wonky.
Yeah, it's hard to like. It's almost an optical illusion of like, is it up or down?
Yeah.
But good
go.
Yeah. All right. 2 Tempests are out. The Queens are going to try and bum rush this phase.
God save the Queen. Will they be able to do it? They're going straight for the Tempest, but the Tempest pull back to a very safe range there, using their advantage.
Shield batteries up here as well. Really hard to get good surface area on these buildings too.
Man, GG, and that is it.
Yeah.
JonSnow gets knocked out. JonSnow now down 2 lives. I definitely don't think we saw that coming necessarily on the first night.
No, and I mean, it certainly makes Future's deflection into JonSnow look pretty smart, as it does take out one of the, maybe not the favorite, but certainly one of the biggest threats, and takes it down to a single life. It's got to put him in a very vulnerable position. JonSnow, of course, still has his own deflect, should someone come directly at him, but if someone gets deflected into him again, there's nothing he can do about that. So it does put, if you showed the list of people and say who would be like on their last leg after only 3 games, that's not who you would pick. Like, oh, it's got to be JonSnow. So yeah, definitely interesting.
Yeah, having a bit of a rough night, getting 2-0'd twice there too.
A
little bit, a
you
little
can't
tricky.
Be too. On this last one here, I don't even know how you prepare for such a thing. Like, obviously, this soon into a new meta, this soon into a new map pool. You've never seen that before. No one's ever seen whatever the hell we just saw.
Yeah.
Proxy, gold-based
I'm back.
Tempest. Yeah.
So,
welcome back.
Absolutely. So, boys and girls, we saw JonSnow brought down by 2 lives. Down by 2 lives, meaning he only has 1 life left, and he is on his tournament last leg. So Future will be up next to do his pick.
It would be interesting to see if JonSnow doesn't even get a chance to use his reflect. If he gets reflected to again, he could just get knocked out, in this next series. But again, this is all speculation. Might not even get chosen.
Absolutely.
Definitely, we're getting into those weird scenarios that as time progresses, these things are going to pop up.
I think the funniest pick for Future would be to pick puCK.
That would be the best.
Just steer right into it.
Well, puCK would deflect it then, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That was true. Who do you think? Who
else? Creatures used his deflect, and wait. Oh wait, did JonSnow already use his deflect?
No, he got reflected too, but he didn't. So far, Masa picked creature, no reflect there. JonSnow picked creature. Creature deflected him to Masa. Then puCK picks Future.
That's right. So Future
deflects puCK too. Yeah. So JonSnow kind of got.
Why don't we throw the lives up?
Let's put that up.
Let's put it up for people to see.
We can all see what's going on, and it's certainly nothing anyone would expect so far. Also, I don't know how much this will be a thing, but I've never in a StarCraft game used the phrase proxy fleet beacon at the opponent's